folks. This is your boy Crispy Daniels, and once again, you are on Show and Talk. So, tonight's movie is another hood classic from 1992, and it stars Tupac Shakur, Omar Epps, Khalil Kain, and Jermaine Hopkins. And that movie is Juice. Oh man, this movie is such a good film. I used to own this movie on DVD. I really don't even know what happened to it. But this is one of those movies you can never really get tired of, you know what I'm saying? Now, there was a debate online saying that, which movie villain was the hardest. Was it Tupac's Bishop? Was it Wesley Snipes' Nino Brown? Who else? Doughboy, you know what I'm saying, from Boys in the Hood. I forgot who the fourth one was, but I can't really agree that it's Bishop, you know what I'm saying? Not that I'm saying he didn't cause a lot of ruckus in the movie, but I just can't agree that he was the hardest, villain. I have to go with Nino Brown on that one. But anyway, let's get into the movie. So this movie is really, the product of its time, you know what I'm saying? 1992. Everything in the movie is like early 90s, you know what I'm saying? From the way they dress all the way up to, you know what I'm saying, like the hip hop and shit like that. And basically, the premise of the movie is about the four boys skipping school, just doing shit, you know what I mean? And one of them, you know what I'm saying, Omar Epps' character, Q, he's an aspiring DJ. Like, he's the only one out of the four who actually has, dreams of doing something with himself, you know what I mean? Not that I'm saying the other three don't, well, Bishop doesn't, clearly. And you'll, find that out later on if you've never seen the movie. But yeah, he's pretty much the only one who's got his head on straight. You know what I'm saying? The other three, they're you know what I'm saying, they're really like, sensible characters too. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Raheem, which appears to be the leader of the group, which is also the oldest in real life, you know what I'm saying? I think Khalil Kain is almost 60 years old or something like that. I had to go back and look. But if I'm not mistaken, he's, you know what I'm saying, he's up there now in age. But yeah, he was pretty much like the one who was steering them into like, a certain direction. Like not good, not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they were skipping school, but also there was a scene in the movie where this dude named Blizz was robbing this bar. And then, Bishop wanted to go in there and, you know what I'm saying, get a piece of the action, but what's his name? Raheem was telling him, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. So basically what happens is they go back to Still's house, basically to watch movies and shit like that. And this must be something they do on a daily basis. Because like I said, they were skipping school and just doing nothing, going to the arcades, hustling people. You know what I mean? And by the way, there's a scene in that movie that kind of bothered me, man. Like, they was playing the original Street Fighter, right? And I know this is something small, it's a nitpick, but I had to point it out. So, Bishop and Still, you know what I'm saying, they playing the game or whatever. So, Bishop character, I'm assuming Bishop is Ryu. And then, the character that Still is supposedly playing with is one of the computer controlled characters in the game, you know what I'm saying, in real life. Which, if anybody has played the original Street Fighter knows, you can only play with Ryu and Ken. You know what I'm saying? First player is Ryu, second player is Ken. So, whoever was second player wasn't really, playing the game. You know what I mean? So, I just had to point that out. You know what I mean? But anyway, the story gets pretty dark. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, it's kind of lighthearted. Like, you got your four friends just hanging out. And then you got Bishop being harassed by Rodamez and his homeboys. Oh, yeah, another fun fact. Tretch, if you really look, it's not really a blink and you miss it moment. But if you really pay attention, you'll see him in the background. Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Like one of Rodamez's boys. Originally, he tried out for Bishop. But Tupac also went with him to the audition and tried out himself. And Pac got the role instead. You know what I'm saying? And they said Pac was a pretty lighthearted dude until he saw the movie for himself after it premiered. You know what I mean? And then he just started becoming a different person. But yeah, the story of the movie is pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Bishop is like the only one in the group who really, 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 really wants, you know what I'm saying, that juice. I mean, all four of them, they want respect, but Bishop is the one that kind of acts on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he convinces Raheem to rob this corner store that this dude named what's his name, old man Quiles owns. You know what I'm saying? He owns that corner store, bodega or whatever it was. So basically, Bishop is always complaining that they're running from everything. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I had to disagree with him on, Homeboy came out the store with, yeah, it was a small little revolver, you know what I'm saying? But he came out the store pointing at it. Like, you ain't gonna run, you know what I'm saying? But Bishop was saying, like, all they do is run, you know what I'm saying? They run from Rodamez, they run from Old Man Quiles, they run from the cops, you know what I'm saying? They running from everybody. But yeah, he's the one who really, you know what I'm saying, wants to take it to the next step when it comes to respect. You know what I'm saying? The other three just want to, just do what they do on a daily basis. They just want to get by, day to day. But the story, I know I keep saying the story, but the story is just really good. You know what I mean? And then you got old girl who plays Yolanda from In Vogue in the movie. What's her name? Adina, ain't what is her name? Not Adina, but Cindy Heron. You know what I'm saying? One of the female singers from In Vogue. So in the movie, she's actually a nurse and she's dating Q, Omar Epps' character. Now, she's a fully grown woman, and I'm assuming, I take it he's a 17-year-old kid. You know what I mean? But I can relate to that. You know what I mean? I was 18 and I was with a 25-year-old at the time, you know what I'm saying, back in 2006. But that's a story for another day, y'all. I might do some past stories for y'all one of these days. I don't know. But okay, so there's this funny ass scene in the movie, right? Where they go into this record store and Q is trying to get some records, you know what I'm saying, to sample for his DJ contest or whatever. Cause like I said, he's an aspiring DJ. So he's distracting the store clerk, which when the girl turns around, she's kind of ugly. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she's not ugly in real life. That's just how she's made up. You know what I'm saying? Got the little gold front and everything. But while he's distracting her, the other three is going in the back, stealing records and all that. So, okay, there's something wrong with this part. So they just walk out the store all willy-nilly with the records. And she's basically telling them to stop. So, you know what I mean? And then she figures out that, he distracted her so they can steal the records. And then they run out the store with the records, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? There's no consequences, no nothing. You know what I mean? These dudes are just fucking crazy, yo. They just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. So there's also a scene where they're in this arcade, or is it arcade, yo? Or is it Samuel L. Jackson spot, Trip. You know what I'm saying? That's his character in the movie. Which I like his character in the movie. The dude is calm, he's stern, but he's also funny at the same time. Talking about the snappy nappy dugout, you know what I mean? If to those who don't know what that is, I'm not gonna say, you just gotta figure it out. You know what I mean? But anyway, basically what Q's deal is, like, his side money, other than the little DJ gigs or whatever, is him, hustling tapes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he makes tapes of people and sell them off. You know what I'm saying? But Tupac's character, right? Bishop. Later on in the movie, it gets darker and darker after he. I'm not sure if I should say this because, like I said, if some of y'all ain't seen the movie, well, the hell with it. The movie came out in 1992. So after he winds up killing Raheem, right? He becomes like just this monster motherfucker. He becomes this killer. You know what I'm saying? Not killer, in the traditional sense, but he's just like, he just don't give a fuck about nothing, not even his own life. So I do want to start off with the character roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know how we do. We'll do the story, like I just, covered most of the story. We do, the violence level, action, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then we do characters. And then we do, my overall opinion of the movie or whatever. So I want to really go ahead and jump into the action first, the violence. So the violence level in this movie is not really all that violent. You might see about 2 or 3, kills in this movie. Rodamass gets shot, Raheem gets shot, okay, and still gets shot, but he survives. And then you got Old Man Quillis who gets shot in the back of the head. So all 4 of these murders happen because of Bishop. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much kills them all or shoots them all. You know what I'm saying? So when they're robbing Old Man Quillis, they, run up in the store, do what they do. But Bishop basically shot the man for no reason. Nobody said nobody's name or nothing. The man didn't move or anything. He just shot him. Just shot him point blank in the back of the head. So, like I said, the violence level is not too gritty. You know what I'm saying? It's not menace to society level violence. You know what I'm saying? But the movie does have its moments. So that's pretty much the violence level. It's not, like I said, it's not bloody like that. It's mainly R-rated because of the language, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? The violence level in that movie is probably PG-13. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But I want to jump into the characters, though. That's what I've been wanting to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And the first character I want to start off is probably like the lowest ranking, member of their little crew, which is Still. You know what I mean? Still is more the, I want to say, wannabe ladies man, you know what I'm saying? But not really. You know what I'm saying? He just gets by day to day, hangs out with the other 3, I guess. Because, you know what I'm saying? I guess he wants to be cool like them or whatever. I'm not sure if that's what he's doing or whatever, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, he skips schools just like the rest of them, you know what I'm saying? Doing what he does. And he does have a pops in the military, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, who disciplines him, makes, you know what I'm saying, I guess. And his brother, you know what I'm saying? His brother's always picking on him or whatever, as you can see in the beginning. You know what I mean? But, yeah, Still is not really all that, he's not really about that life, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He's just hanging with him because I guess they need somebody to pick on. I'm not too certain about that, but that's just what I see when I saw the movie. You know what I'm saying? So I really ain't got too much to say about Still. But Still, like, the actor, Jermaine Hopkins, pretty good guy. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good character. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good actor. I mean, he was also in the movie Lean On Me that came out 3 years prior. You know what I mean? So if you never seen that, check that out too. That's a good movie. It's also based on a true story. But let's move on. The next character, Raheem. So Khalil Kain's character, Raheem, appears to be, the more like about that life type of character. You know what I'm saying? He has a baby, but the girl he had a baby with doesn't want nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? He resolves conflicts in the group whenever they have problems. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's the most, like, level-headed one. You know what I mean? Like, the one who tries to, can't really explain it, but he's the leader of the group, clearly. You know what I'm saying? And he basically gives commands. You know what I'm saying? Like, for an example, like I was talking about the robbery in the store earlier with the dude Blizz. The reason why Q's character went inside, you know what I'm saying, to see, what was going on to begin with, because Raheem sent them in to get cigarettes. It was his turn, I guess. So basically, Raheem tells them what to do. They are guided by him. They follow him, you know what I'm saying? So he's really the say-so of the group, you know what I'm saying? Like, that one person who's, you know what I mean, who has the final word. So that's pretty much him in a nutshell. So we're going to move on to Q, Omar Epps' character, which is really the main protagonist of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of a ladies' man. He has a damn grown ass woman for a girlfriend and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like he skipped school, but I got the sense that he's smarter than what he lets on to be. You know what I'm saying? Um, like the boy, like I said before, he's the only one of the four who has aspirations to do something with himself right there and then. He wants to become a professional DJ. You know what I'm saying? He actually does get into the DJ contest. You know what I'm saying? He goes, goes to the tryouts because you got Queen Latifah's character there. You know what I'm saying? Who was trying everybody out. And then Flex Alexander makes an appearance in the movie. She's basically telling him his shit was whack. And he's basically like, okay, fuck you then. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, out of all the people who tried out, Q made it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he wants to be this, like I said, professional DJ. And he's doing everything he can to try to make it to the big time. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, y'all. I'm over here talking like I'm really from the deep, deep south. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. But anyway, not to offend nobody who's from, Virginia or whatever. But anyway, yeah, Q. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the sense that he's pretty level headed too. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the more reasonable people out of the group, out of the four. You know what I'm saying? So he knows basically, okay, so I'm trying to do this DJ thing. I ain't trying to fuck around and skip school anymore, just getting in trouble for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But he does his thing pretty good. He's a good ass DJ or whatever. So, Bishop's the man. Not Bishop, damn. Q's the man. You know what I'm saying? He does what he has to do to make it to the big time. But unfortunately, all that was ruined by this whole robbery thing. You know what I'm saying? When they robbed Quiles. So we're gonna move on to the star though. The one that everybody knows. Bishop. So in the beginning, Bishop, you get the sense that he was a little punk. You know what I'm saying? He kept getting punked by Rodamez and whatnot. And then the scene where they, pushed him up against the wall and all that, punking him, you know what I'm saying? Basically just hemming him up, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't saying nothing until he sees his boys come around the corner, and then that's when he starts talking shit. So you kind of get the sense that Bishop was more like the, like the wannabe gangster, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, he was the one that wanted like power. He was the one that wanted, people to fear him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when he got control of that gun, that revolver, it was over. After he shot Raheem, that was it. You know what I'm saying? He shot Quiles first. He shot Raheem in the alley. And then later on, he killed the shit out of Rodamez. You know what I'm saying? So he just started becoming this like senseless monster or whatever. Then he even went to Raheem's funeral. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, we gonna find these motherfuckers that did him in. Like this dude was cold after that. You know what I'm saying? When he was hugging Raheem's mother, I think, he was looking at Q straight in the eye like, don't you say nothing, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was vicious. And then the famous locker scene. If y'all know what I'm talking about, if you seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's like, to me, that's the best scene in the movie. Even though I don't condone shit he said, but you know what I'm saying? That's the best scene in the movie. It's a classic ass scene. That's the one scene that everybody goes back to whenever they show like, clips or whatever from the movie. But yeah, Bishop was that dude. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I was saying before, we went over the story. I talked about the action, violence level, and the characters, the four main protagonists. So I want to get my overall opinion of man, I don't know what it is, y'all. I feel like I got something stuck in my throat. But anyway, I want to get my overall opinion of the movie. So Juice. I give Juice maybe a 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like the movie's based in Harlem, New York. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? The movie is grounded, it's realistic. You know what I'm saying? It's not that violent. And I believe a lot of people can relate to the situations in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Especially the shit that Q was going through. So yeah, the movie deserves an 8, y'all. So if you haven't seen Juice, check it out. 1992. And I appreciate y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? Come back next week. We'll have another movie for you. And I do have an interview coming up with the boy Cameron Best. We're going to be talking about miserable bitches, aka miserable people. And I'm not saying bitches as in just women. I'm talking about men too. So check that out. That's going to be a good one. You know what I mean? So again, I appreciate y'all listening to me tonight. And I will get back with y'all next week. Now, have a good night, everybody. Eat well or do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's 2023 now. So I hope everybody is safe. Everybody's in the house or, you know, wherever you are, you safe because it's a lot of bullshit going on, y'all. Like straight up. All jokes aside. So, again, I'll see y'all guys next Saturday. And I'm out of here. Peace.